imagine, if you will, you just completed a very big story or other such entertainment project, and you're filled with this overwhelming sensation of relief and elation, or perhaps relief-elation. Though, as the completion euphoria dies down, you realize that you can't simply sit on your laurels and not do anything else. You are a creator, and you must create. A writer writes, and all that good stuff. So you begin to wonder to yourself, what should I do next? This is where you might find yourself in a place quite similar to the one you were in when you began writing and planning your last story. Now, however, there are some new questions to ask. Should I do something completely different from my last story? Something totally unrelated? Should I continue my story and write a sequel? Can I even write a fulfilling continuation to this last piece of art? There are two different ways you could be coming from in this situation. Either you're finishing one story in a series and moving on from it, or you are finishing something to go on to a brand new story completely separate from the last. From either of these scenarios, you could be feeling a bit of performance anxiety. That's especially if your last story was popular or successful in some way. You might be feeling like you want to give your readers something different, but also not alienate them by going so far from what made your last story good that you run the risk of losing that same audience. That's why determining what your readers like about that last story, and what you like too, is so very helpful. And that's not to say that you should try to include everything and every character type that made your last story a hit. There are far too many examples of writers and directors of popular works trying to incorporate all of the things that we loved about one book or movie by stuffing it all into the succeeding ones, or incorrectly guessing what it is that we loved about them so much. So don't just do market research. Again, if it was successful, you might be feeling a little like this first hit was a fluke. How can you repeat success? Are you just a one-hit wonder? Well, I can't really give you advice on the former, and probably not the latter either. But I can offer some help on trying to figure out where to start when you hit this brand new and nerve-exciting time. If it's a sequel to their last story, usually writers have, if not the entire series planned out, at least some semblance of an outline or a general idea of where the series is headed. But let's say that maybe you didn't have as much as you probably should for an outline regarding the entire series. No offense to those that don't do this, I'm much more of a plotter than a pantser. Or maybe you just hadn't considered making a sequel when you began. A good place to start would be to look at the emotional state your characters are in at the end of story 1. Then consider where you could take them to further the story in an interesting and entertaining way. This is an opportunity to take the current ending, however happy or sad, and go, now, what could go wrong here? They may have overcome some physical or emotional strife in story 1, but in story 2, they might still have some insecurities or things to face. You might possibly be able to develop new ones for them based on how the last story shook out. The really great writing podcast Writing Excuses, of which I have been borrowing some points for this video article, brings up something they call yes but, no and. Meaning that you can take your current ending and ask the question, does it get better? You could give it a yes but, and then add some sort of twist or complication or cost that can feed into the next story and start a whole new adventure. The no and works similarly, only in the reverse. The ending did not go how the characters planned, and now something else has happened or been revealed that adds onto this predicament. Your beta reader, pre-reader, writing group, or really any other person who will help you critique your work can be very helpful in determining what those bits other people enjoyed were. They can also tell you what they liked and what they felt resonated enough that you should probably address in the next story. Now, if you're attempting to make something completely new, it might still be worth having a chat with your beta or pre-reader. As mentioned before, you might not want to feel like you're trying to repeat success, but focusing on general aspects or tropes that you enjoy reading or writing about can help in discovering where you want to go next writing-wise. That's also good if your new story is in the same vein as your last one, but not a straight-up sequel. Don't be afraid to shake things up a bit too, though. Go way out there and try writing something completely different from your last thing. I like the idea of making a list of your favorite media, shows, movies, books, etc., and then trying to isolate what are the core things that make them lovable or memorable to you. What is it that you love about that thing? You might, like me, find some common threads that can help pinpoint an element of storytelling or a trope that you would enjoy including or working with. When looking for new ideas and new inspiration or motivation, consuming media is a very good method to try. Long as you don't go overboard and lose that motivation. Once you've gone through the things that you've already seen and know that you enjoy, don't be afraid to branch out. Try new things that you haven't seen or read or heard, and then try to determine why you like those new things. All that fun discovery and research will help you make a nice list of things you might want to use. And if you're still stuck, here's another little cute exercise you can try. Write down 5 different character archetypes, like Bruiser with a soft center, Trickster, Cynic, Princess, Cloud Cuckoo Lander, etc. And then make a list of 5 problems that need to be solved. The washing machine is broken. The monster hibernating in the center of the planet has awoken. They discover their love for and then their allergy to peanut butter. They have to babysit a whiny 8-year-old. Their boss is coming for dinner and also their boss is a T-Rex, etc. Pair them up and write a page about them and see what flows, see what you're drawn to. And if you are indeed still feeling somewhat worried about somehow not living up to your past success or letting down your readers, just try to remember that your last story was able to find an audience, however big or small. And even if this new story doesn't attract those same people, if you put the love and the work into it, it can find an audience possibly all its own. As long as you are pleased with it, it has the potential to please others.
The following is a hastily added notice for a contest, because sometimes bad things just happen to good computers. Please continue the video if you enjoy the chance of winning free stuff. Hey guysels! If you're watching mine, Gary Oakes, or the P-Man himself's videos, you might just be a fan of My Little Pony, am I right? And since these videos are about writing, it would stand to reason that you enjoy reading as well. You know what? It just so happens that we have a contest currently going on that brings those two things together. We will be giving away a volume of the My Little Pony Friendship is Magic comic book, Pony Tales Volume 1. It has 6 issues within its pages, each one about one of the main 6. Nice how that works out. In order to win this lovely prize, you must 1. Be subscribed to us, that's Literature Pie, and B. Comment on this video. Liking it is optional, but appreciated. Hant. The deadline to enter will be 2 weeks from this coming Monday, so March 17th. Good luck and keep writing!